What if the smiling, joyful face you saw on TV and social media hid unimaginable pain? What if the family that seemed perfect from the outside was fractured by grief and shocking revelations? Stephen Twitch Boss, the beloved DJ from The Ellen DeGeneres Show, brought light into millions of lives. But behind the scenes, his tragic passing has ignited a family feud that's unraveling secrets no one saw coming. Stick around as we dive deep into the allegations, the accusations, and the jaw-dropping details that are shaking up his legacy. From claims of childhood trauma and drug use to his widow's controversial memoir, this story has it all. And trust me, you'll want to hear the part about NDAs at his funeral. Let's get into it.
I do not know about you, but something about the way she's been moving since he died does not sit right with me. So Twitch died on December 13th, 2022, and about halfway into 2023 is when Allison starts to begin to do interviews on navigating grief, on forgiveness, and in this podcast right here, she talks about the financial burden she took on after he passed away. The way she's been moving since he died does not sit right with me. Now, while she's doing all this talking to the media, no one seems to notice that Steven's brother, who goes by Dre Rose, has called her out on social media for the way that she's treated his blood relatives, including his mother.
Before we get into the ongoing drama, let's take a moment to remember who Stephen Twitch Boss was. Known for his radiant smile and incredible dance moves, Twitch was more than just a performer. He was an inspiration. Born in Alabama, Twitch rose to fame on So You Think You Can Dance. His talent and charisma earned him a spot as a fan favorite, and eventually, he became a household name as the DJ and sidekick on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. He was a father, a husband, and by all appearances, a man who had it all.
I feel happier than ever. I really do.
A woman claiming to be Twitch's cousin was one of the first people to speak out on X. She reposted People Magazine's post about the interview and said, "Yeah, I don't give a F about an NDA. This crazy woman made me and his actual family, including his mother," she put later on that she meant to say his mother, sign an NDA just to even attend the funeral. She's been trying to tarnish his legacy and refuses to let the Boss family see the children, only to exploit and lie on my cousin. You would think this would be a time to come together as family, but instead, you exploit your husband after moving on with another man. I'm not even mad that she's dating again. Okay, so this is when it gets a little crazy. Somebody in the comments said, wait, she had y'all sign the NDAs at the funeral before y'all walked in? Or she sent it another way prior to the funeral. It's clear she got possibly paid for an exclusive story with People Magazine. She responded below and said, as we walked in, they were being passed out. That is insane.
But on December 13th, 2022, the world was shocked to learn of his untimely death. The man who brought joy to so many had taken his own life.
I realized Stephen had addiction problems, and it's something that I've been like, where was I involved in this? I had dealt with an ex that had addiction problems, and then I realized Stephen had addiction problems, and it's something that I've been like, where was I involved in this? And I had to take some steps for myself to realize, I was able to help one, and I wish I could have been that for the other. But it's also not my job to do that. There was a moment I was with one of my really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out. But it also helped me process that he was going through so much. And he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone. Because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain. But it was very alarming and scary to find those things and have never known.
Fast forward to today, and the spotlight has shifted to Allison Holker, Twitch's widow. A dancer and performer in her own right, Allison recently announced a memoir titled, This Far, My Story of Love, Loss, and Embracing the Light. But instead of healing wounds, her revelations have added fuel to the fire.
For a person to be married to somebody that committed suicide, and then that person supposedly find a shoebox, disclose the contents of the shoebox with the entire world, then read that your loving husband's journal, private personal journal, and then share the contents of that with the world, it's very difficult to believe that you have any interest in protecting his legacy. Do you like what you see in the mirror? A liar, a narcissist? You leverage Stephen's death to elevate yourself?
In excerpts from her book, Allison claims that Twitch struggled with drug addiction and carried deep scars from his childhood. These statements have sent shockwaves through Twitch's fan base and, more critically, his family. Tensions reached a boiling point when Twitch's mother, Connie Boss Alexander, publicly refuted Allison's claims. She called the allegations hurtful and misleading, stating that her son doesn't deserve this kind of posthumous scrutiny. If you thought things couldn't get more complicated, think again. Reports have surfaced that attendees at Twitch's funeral were required to sign non-disclosure agreements. While NDAs at celebrity events aren't unheard of, the move struck many as odd for a private family gathering. What was Allison trying to keep under wraps? To make matters worse, Twitch's family claims they've had limited access to his and Allison's children. This has led to accusations that Allison is isolating the kids and controlling the narrative around Twitch's legacy. What do you think about the revelations and the backlash? Should Allison have shared these personal details, or was she out of line? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that matter. Stay tuned, stay kind, and let's remember Twitch for the incredible person he was.